this week, MCU fans got some horrible news. Disney was standing firm in its decision not to rehire James Gunn, the embattled, troubled director of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and he was going to be the director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 until, some disturbing tweets of his, jokes basically from years ago, were drummed up, and then some pictures of him at, a party came up and all that kind of stuff that just made him look bad. And, Disney decided that they would not rehire him after firing him for the stuff that came up that I just mentioned. Despite, cast's efforts and crew's efforts and all this kind of stuff to convince Disney to rehire him so he could continue working for Marvel. But around this time, rumors have surfaced that Warner Brothers, the studio behind the DC movies, and other studios like Paramount, other big studios, were rushing to offer James Gunn deals and might have already been offering him some. And I wouldn't be surprised if, after the dust settles and his settlement with Disney, I think he's getting 7 to 10 million in severance, and, the ink will dry. There's kind of going to be details about how he will separate from Disney, and they have to wait until he's, I guess, a free agent. He's available. I wouldn't be surprised if after that happens, some major studio, will, offer him, because he's a good director, to come work for them. Now, a lot of people are saying, what about DC? What of James Gunn? Because James Gunn is a comic book guy, and he's familiar with both Marvel and DC characters, and DC is seen as Marvel's biggest rival in the studios. So what if he went over to them? I do think it is possible and believable that he could go to DC if they wanted him, but it maybe not for a little while, because, I don't know, James Gunn, even though I don't agree with the things he said, the jokes, at the same time, I do think Disney was being a bit too severe with just outright firing him for some old stuff. But even so, there's controversy around him, so I wouldn't think that DC or any other studio, if they were going to hire him, they might want to wait. I could be wrong. Maybe they'll hire him as soon as things are finalized, but I would think that maybe they might want to give it a while. But DC actually can wait a while, because all their next movies coming up in production, they're already locked in. I mean, DC's next movies that are in production right now are The Flash, Birds of Prey, that Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, Suicide Squad 2, The Batman with Matt Reeves, and I think one other movie I'm forgetting, but whatever. Those are all the movies that are going to come out for DC for I think the next year or two. So if they were going to hire James Gunn, by the time whatever movie he would do for DC would come out, it would be like 1 or 2 years from now, like 2020 or 2021. So the time will have passed. And I think Warner Brothers, they've had director drama in the past, so you might think it might be a problem for them to hire a director who has controversy surrounding him. But the reason why Disney felt that they had to fire him from the Marvel movies is because Disney is a super family brand, and someone who's made pedophilia jokes, just jokes, mind you, not that he's actually been proven or accused of doing that. They can't have, feel that they can't have someone like that making jokes about, bad things happening in kids associated with such a kid-friendly brand. Warner Brothers and other studios, Paramount and other ones, they don't have a family-friendly brand, a vibe. They do make family-friendly movies sometimes, but the whole company's identity isn't latched on to, kids and being, uber, super, clean and pure and stuff. So they can afford to hire, I think, at least more so than Disney, I guess, a director like Gunn, who's made off-color jokes 10 years ago and isn't currently making them now. So, I do think that it is feasible and realistic that DC or another studio, Paramount, Lionsgate, whatever, could hire James Gunn to do their stuff for them. If he would take it. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I don't think that it's over for James Gunn. I think he can still have a career. He might want to lie low for a little bit, maybe like a year or whatever, but then he can come back and keep making movies. But like I said before, it'll probably be a year or two before the next DC movie will come out that is free to have a director attached to it. All the other movies I mentioned a little while ago, the directors are already locked in. So, I do think it's possible, actually. But what do you think? Would you like to see DC hire James Gunn? And do you think it's possible? I think a lot of DC fans would come around and be like, yeah, okay, or be supportive of it. But I could be wrong. Maybe DC fans will not be happy with that, most of them. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.